Hi friends, this is Poetry Rev, and today I'd like to tell you about Kristin George Bagdanov's book Diurne, which was just published last month in September of 2019 by Tupelo Press, and it was the winner of their Sunken Garden Poetry Chapbook Prize. So I had the pleasure of Kristin's company last week. She came to be our guest poet at Point Loma Nazarene University for our annual Poetry Day. And this was so fascinating to hear about and also to hear from. I loved hearing her read sections of it to us. So what happened with this book is that she decided to create a line of poetry in every hour that she was awake for an entire month. And so what happens is you get this collection of poems that are sort of stream of consciousness, but they make these leaps every hour, and it's fascinating. Some of them really deal with things that are very mundane and ordinary. Sometimes they get into larger world issues. Sometimes they get into literary figures, or some of them are definitely involved in sort of the ars poetica mode and talking about poetry. So I love this collection. It was so fun to read, and I'd like to share with you number 9. Gravel on my tongue, consequence of wanting the thing that turns me to stone. I'm back on my regularly programmed schedule today. Medusa, whose beauty was petrifying, turned subjects into objects that also could not shield themselves from eternity's gaze. Shirts that say, I went to Vermont and all I got was this lousy shirt, make great pre-recorded jokes for casual Fridays. Lousy as in infested with lice, also called the parasite of the poor. If you would like to purchase this poem, please Venmo its value to @Kristin George B. The liberation of not making a living, of living a making. Ideal schedule, wake between 7 and 8 a.m., go to sleep between 10 and 11 p.m. This ensures 8 hours of rest and 16 hours of productive making, or 2 workdays in one. As children, my sisters and I shampooed each other's hair in the bathtub. My mother used a fine metal comb that made my scalp ache. The lice she found she did not eat, which distinguishes us humans from our primate cousins, the eros of inspection. His mind pressing against mine. Lyric as personal branding. The basilisk features prominently in bestiaries, but is excluded from lapidaries, even though it might answer the nagging question of where do stones come from. Lousy flea-rat boat assemblages, suppressed populations, and redistributed land, all the dead who couldn't manage their property. The crustacean, with its one heavy claw, remnant of world unplagued by symmetry. I was asked how long I spend composing each segment, wage, task. I said it is difficult to assess, as the indirect labor must be compounded annually at a rate of 4%, while the effective labor varies with the moon cycle. Wife of Lot made mineral from her gaze, worth more in salt than flesh. Whether one element can be transmuted into another is basic alchemy. The person writing this poem is more put together than I am. So again, Kristin George Bagdanov's Diurne, I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.